Welcome to DFO here in Perth. We're going to have a walk around of the shopping centre. So this is now the third day it's been open, so there's still quite a bit of crowds around. So let's head on inside, shall we? We'll have a walk around DFO in Perth. So let's go, follow me. Okay, so as you first walk in, the one thing that you do notice is the crowds for people to pay for parking to get out of here. So this is basically where you have to do cash payment only here. And you'll see kind of quite a lot of lines for people doing that. You'll also notice there's a sign that says pay pass available at the boom gate. So you can pay at the boom gate with your tap and go card. But otherwise the lines for payment are quite long. First thing we see here is Furler. Let's walk around. Then we have Polo Ralph Lauren. And we're going to walk around one entire lap. So I hope you're got comfy on the sofa. Let's check out the other store, shall we? We see Coach right here. And next is Kate Spade. Alright, let's keep going, shall we? Now we've joined up with Mum here. Mum's going to walk around with us. What do you think so far?
Oh, not too wish that had been open.
Free champagne?
At the wrong time.
Wednesday or Saturday, and today's Friday, so we've missed out. Okay, so let's keep walking, shall we? We just passed the no champagne section. Coach, we just walked past. We have Oraton right here. So this is the Moment fisheye lens as well that we're using, so you're going to see a little bit of a wider shot of where we're walking. Fossil right there. And then Tommy Hilfiger. And then we're going to see the lines for Tommy right here. Let's have a look. Sunglasses Hut, Mimco. And then the lines here. And then basically the line overlaps to Calvin Klein. So what do you think so far? Mimco right there doesn't have their ATM working right now, so they're going to struggle doing cash only, I think. So they're basically doing a one-in, one-out system here at Calvin Klein to not have the shop overcrowded. Let's see Hugo Boss. Mum, what do you think?
Oh, what do I think? What a pair of shoes.
Got some shoes? Didn't have any plan to buy anything, and she found some shoes.
And so did you, thank you.
So Oxford, so some of these brands for Perth, I don't personally recognise. So if maybe you're a shopper from over east, you might recognise some of the brands. But for me, I don't recognise some of the brands. There's some I do. Rockman's. Yeah, so when we first walked in, there was quite a bit of crowd. Now we're at 4:15 now, so the actual shops are open 10 till 6. So this is actually Friday afternoon. Simone Perrelli, I don't know his name.
I know that one.
Guess we know.
Yes, we know, I know all these.
Colette, City Chic. So Mum, are a lot of these shops at the shopping centres around WA?
No, 50% of them are about.
So about half of them you don't recognise? Okay. So this was the shop where we shopped at, which was called Paul Carroll, which is a very specific sort of shoe store that a lot of people don't probably know about. There's only, I think, 4 of them in WA. And then lingerie, so if you know Elle Macpherson, she's very famous with Bendon, the brand Bendon. She was one of their brand ambassadors for a long time. So Valley Girl. Novo, we don't know. Oh, you don't know it? Okay. Oh, nearly got a fall on TV there. So I hope this is exciting for some and maybe not for others, but walking around, yeah, I guess there's a point you could do that. So what's the one thing that you notice quite a lot here, Mum, in the shops? That we don't have any...
Jewellery shops?
No jewellery shops.
Same one.
So only one jewellery store in the whole place. So it's Cotton On. Cotton On actually is a huge store. It's actually got 2 frontages. So, and then I think Lint Cafe. We're going to pop into here and we'll be right back. Okay, stick around. Okay, continuing on our walk, we're going to go down this middle aisle here. And Mum's just stopped and had a chocolate here at a free chocolate at Lint, because the line was about 25 deep to buy chocolates. And my mum has a rule. What's her rule about shopping? If there's a line, she doesn't like it. She walks away. So this middle aisle here, Cotton On Kids. We have coffee? Yeah. Let's have a coffee, shall we? Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, so we've just left the coffee shop. Sorry we didn't sit down with you guys and have coffee, but my mum doesn't want to have the interview at the coffee table, so let's keep walking around. Oshkosh. That's kids' clothing. Ollie's Place. Mum, do you know all of these brands?
Oh, that one, yeah. My Oak House.
House.
Sheridan. Walk in here.
We went in Sheridan.
If we go in Sheridan Heights, okay, somebody came to us, didn't they, so we walked away.
So this is actually our second lap around, by the way. We were going to film on the first lap around, but we really wanted to have a look at all the shops first, and then come and do this filming on the second lap. Royal Dalton.
How quick looks like it's worth hanging around for.
Okay, I'll keep walking to the end of the path here. Bed, bath and table. We have Adair, Matchbox. So we've got Adair Home and Living. It's a big shop. I'm sure everybody needs a horse or maybe a cat. And then the one that we'd be probably more used to here in Perth is the, I guess, Manchester or bed linens, different things like that. So one thing that sort of is quite noticeable is that it's a very simple build out of the shopping centre. So if you haven't been to a DFO before, it's not your traditional shopping mall with full shop construction. So luggage store there. Healthy Choice. We have Shaver Shop. Yeah, so they've kind of built these main walkways. And then you'll see here, if you look up in the ceilings, the very simple construction. They've kind of got strand bags. Platypus outlets. So there is basically a big trend in the shops as you walk around here. It's basically a lot more young fashion. It's not probably a shopping centre where you would find, a lot of the traditional shops that you're used to around Perth. There's a lot more younger fashion related shops. There's definitely a big element of younger people here at the shopping centre. Brooks. So we've got a bit of a sporting sort of store theme in this little section here. Surf, dive and ski. Kind of pretty much a surf shop that's not branded as a company store, but and then we've got Platypus outlet, which is a lot of branded shoe store, a lot of shoe brands, not specifically one brand. Fila we know. And then something that's fairly new to WA is Superdry. A lot of music playing. Every shop that you go past, you're hearing different music. Super dry clothing store. And then City Beach, we know if you are from Perth, one of the surf brands in Perth. So this is something that we know already, City Beach. Now this is a huge Skechers, by the way, so if you haven't seen, Skechers here is as big a store as you're likely to see here. I don't know for any of the shopping centres around Perth, but and Converse, so a lot of branded shops, and then there's a lot of kind of generic kind of clothing and shoe stores that aren't a specific name brand on the door, and they have a lot of brands inside, so if that makes sense to you. Then we come to the food court, and we'll have a walk around, and so we can just check out all the different food options. Sushi. You guys have a preference of what food you like to eat when you come to the shopping mall? Maybe put that in the comments below. So Subway we know very well. Not so much of a line for Subway. We have Chinese takeaway by the plate. Chinese Canton. And we have Antalya Kebabs and Grill. So everyone's sort of walking around looking at what they want to have. So kebabs. And then another sushi place. 2 sushi places. And then we have Indian curry house here. Mumbai Rocks. Yeah. And that's all of the food court. There is plenty of tables and chairs. You'll see. There's plenty of places for everyone to sit. There isn't that many food options, but it really depends on what you kind of came here for, or if you sort of knew if you were going to come and have lunch or not, or sort of keep walking around. So the entire lap around from the entrance back to the exit, if you did a full lap, is exactly 1 kilometer. So it's exactly 1 kilometer if you walk from the entrance back to the entrance again in one direction. And this is the one that we did notice when we did the first walk around, this Utopia, which is kind of something similar to Boost Juice. It has basically like milkshakes and different things, but it's kind of similar to Boost Juice. There's a fairly long line there. It's not as long now, but and there's basically like a, would you call it a terrarium? I think a terrarium is like an aquarium with plants, right? It's got a couple of trees right here. It's a nice little look. And then we'll keep walking. So I left Mum here while I did the walk around of the food court. And there's a little info map here so we can see where we are. It's kind of cool, it's touch screen as well. So you're going to see there, if we zoom back a little bit, you'll see the shops we've walked around. We have the back section of the Skechers right there. And then New Balance. Alright, swapping hands a couple of times so we can get this one continuous shot. So Under Armour is something fairly new for WA as well. When I asked Mum if she knew what it was, she had no idea of the brand. Under Armour is a sports clothing store. And we know, hey, Jim Kidd we know very well. Thanks. And then Puma. So lots of sports stores here as we walk along. Big Puma store. So one thing that's kind of noticeable with the stores is there's much bigger build-outs of each of the shops compared to at a shopping centre. Now the only disappointment for me was this AFL store. So they've kind of opened a little bit half-heartedly. So I'm sorry AFL store, but he didn't wow me. Run out by Athlete's Foot. Lorna Jane. RSEA Safety. So this is obviously a bit of a tradie kind of shop. Pretty much nobody in there because all the tradies are at work. Bright Eyes Kind of weird, they got a bright eyes, hats, thongs and sunglasses. Now this is the one, sorry, we're getting a bit dizzy here guys, that sort of was interesting. Miu Japanese. So I hadn't seen that store before coming here. And Connors we know very well. So I hope you like this little sort of running commentary of the shopping centre, I guess, or outlet DFO. This is the only jewellery store we found at the shopping centre, and it's actually actually there is a second jewellery store. Forecast, Baku swimsuits, and we're kind of about halfway back to the original entrance now, so we'll just sort of walk along slowly. Politic, and then that's Universal store, which I'm not sure about. It's okay, no worries. And we have Yard. So here is Boost Juice, which is pretty much a favourite in all Perth shopping centres. Now this is the actual only full jewellery store, Michael Hill, which is actually at every shopping centre in Perth. So it's not a new concept. Tara Cash. We've missed out on the donuts. And we've got Transit. Johnny Big we've seen already before. Roadhouse. Ed Harry. I wonder if I'm going to get any copyright infringement from saying all these names in one filming here. Rip Curl Surf Store. Jericho. I've not heard of Jericho before. Some of you maybe know these better than I do. Volcom. Tony Barlow's is the suit store. Aquila. Another shoe store. And we're just about at the exit here, so once we get to the end, we're going to give you some closing remarks on what we think. Gazman. There's the Levi's store. And then it's a little bit of a men's sort of road here of shops. Van Hoosen, Stafford Ellison. MJ Bale. So where we're not very up on all these brands here in Perth, Western Australia, these are a little bit of an eastern states sort of feel to them as you walk around. So where we're completely sort of lost coming to these kind of shopping centres, I mean, we have to line up to go to get our ticket for the car, we've got to line up to go into some of the shops. Diesel. It's kind of interesting shop, it has basically 4 different brands. So Nautica's very well known in America, Lacoste being European. And here we are now back at the original entrance. So we're going to see here the Coach store right at the entrance. And then Kate Spade. So one thing actually I didn't point out is free Wi-Fi. And it's actually kind of fast Wi-Fi too. So Paula Ralph Lauren. And then Furler, which is kind of associated with Kate Spade. And here we are at the exit, back at that original line for the ticket machine. So we'll walk back outside and we'll walk back outside and get back to the original parking spot where we started. Stay tuned for our closing remarks and our thoughts about shopping here at DFO at Perth Airport. Okay, so we're walking out of the shops now. Now, Mum, let's get some closing remarks. And what do you think of DFO Perth?
I don't reckon much of the food court. Not much variety.
What else?
Will that come again? Not in a big hurry.
Okay, this is Mum's point of view, of course. This is not the whole of Western Australia's point of view. So, Mum, you've actually been to is it called Watertown?
Yeah.
Which is a very similar concept here in Perth, Western Australia. So what do you think of comparing this to Watertown?
Size-wise, this is a lot bigger, yes, no doubt about it, but there's also a lot of shops that don't appeal to me.
Okay.
It is meant for the younger end. I never saw one shop that would fit an older lady like me.
Okay, and then what do you think of the specials and the pricing?
What I bought today have been a bargain. Whether it'll be like that all the time, I've no idea. So that's me going now. I'm ready for a sit down.
Okay, so the other thing too is this is actually at Perth. It's pretty much very close to the Perth domestic airport. So how do you feel about driving out here to come shopping?
I wouldn't come out my way to come.
Okay, so
I really wouldn't. I can get what I can in my local shops to what I've got here.
So you're saying most of the brands that we saw today are at the shopping centres around Perth?
No, there's a lot more yuppie shops, which don't appeal to me anyway. Yuppie ones.
All right.
Not in my price range.
So we're almost at the car now, so we'll kind of we'll conclude this. So what we'll do from here, guys, we're going to say thanks for watching the walk around of DFO Perth.
If you stayed awake all the time.
So this is completely a little bit different to what I've done in terms of filming videos. So I hope you've liked this walk around. We do actually have shopping bags, so we did make a couple of purchases.
Well done.
All right, so thanks for watching the walk around of DFO Perth Airport. And we're going to put our bags in the car. And what we're going to do, man, what do we normally tell people after you've watched the video? Give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up, have a good night.
And what's the other thing that people need to do? Subscribe.
Subscribe to I Like Cruise Ships and Matty's blogging. By God, will he blog when he goes.
All right, thanks for watching, everybody, and have a nice day. Bye.